We're truly humbled by this recognition, and thank you, Rich, and the entire Haas and Berkeley community. It's also gratifying that Haas is recognizing the importance of cross-sector careers and involvement in social impact. Haas gave me my second career and the framework for our work in social impact, and it does so today to an even greater extent than it did in those far-off days of 1987. Haas also allowed me to teach, which was an extremely gratifying pursuit. But frankly, the accomplishments of career and the challenge of teaching have been eclipsed by the sheer joy of seeing kids learning, stretching, and finding their own paths in the facilities we've built. Our path to the work of our foundation, the work that our foundation does today, along with Chamberlin Associates, was not immediately apparent when we began the foundation 9 years ago. But together we've built a vision, one that sees in West Contra Costa County that offers an excellent school in every neighborhood, enabling all students to reach their full potential. It won't be accomplished only through charter schools, and it won't be easy, but we see it as the civil rights issue of our time, and we intend to keep on trying.
I realized when I listened to Rich introduce us why I feel so old. Rich has mentioned several times this evening entrepreneurship, and I had the wonderful experience on Thursday to sit in a classroom and listen to 4 7th grade students in one of our schools talk about their experience. And when asked what they were going to do, one boy said, "I'm going to be an entrepreneur." And that kind of resonated with me. And he said, "I'm going to be an entrepreneur because that way you have no boss." And I'm dying to tell him it also means you'd never have to grow up. So let me share a few reflections. I taught for 15 years at Haas, and it was the hardest thing I've ever done. I have immense respect for those who do it. I am in awe of people like Rich Lyons who do it very, very well. I was blessed with great students, but it only took one semester at another institution to convince me how important great students really are to great teaching. My students at Cal will be surprised to hear me say that the one who learned the most in my classroom was me. You never really know your craft or yourself until you teach about what you do and why you do it and why that's important. This evening, I'm reminded, having seen a number of my students at the reception, that they're now older than I was when I started teaching. And they are way more qualified than I was when I started teaching. And to each one of every one of you, it's time for you to step up. No, don't look at somebody else. We didn't do what we've done alone. Seeing so many friends, colleagues, associates, partners reminds me how deeply I am in debt to those who put up with my impatience and my disruptive style. To them I say, thank you for your patience. Nothing's going to change. And Dean Lyons says, students always. I am now gone from a teacher to a student, and I've spent the last 5 years learning about K-12 education. And in that 5 years, I've learned that there are only two truths in education. Everything else you can prove either side of the argument with at least 1 million footnotes. And those two truths are very simple. No urban school district in the United States works. And no one has ever changed a school district. I am undaunted by those. We intend to change it. I am still disruptive. Go Bears.
I was going to say something else, but you think I should?
No, it's up to you. Go ahead.
Thank you all. This is really overwhelming, and all I want to add is something you've heard already, but it's important to Haas, it's important to Berkeley, an institution we all love. The Big Give is coming up on November 17th, so please take the time to support the institution that we all care so much about. Thank you.
Go Bears.